The old wooden door of the barn creaked as Maya pushed it open. The cold night air hit her face like a slap. She pulled her jacket tighter around her shoulders and stepped inside. The smell of hay and fresh milk filled her nose. This was her life now, checking on the cows at all hours, making sure everything was okay. Maya had been running the dairy farm alone for 8 months now. Ever since her husband died in that car accident, everything felt harder. The bills kept coming. The bank kept calling. Her 17-year-old daughter was away at college, and Maya didn't want to worry her with money problems. She walked slowly between the cow stalls, her flashlight cutting through the darkness. Bessie mooed softly as Maya passed. Everything seemed normal. Just another quiet night on the farm. But then she heard something strange. A soft whimpering sound came from the far corner of the barn. Maya stopped walking and listened carefully. There it was again, like someone crying but trying not to make noise. Her heart started beating faster. Wild animals sometimes got into the barn looking for food. Bears were rare, but not impossible. Maya gripped her flashlight tighter and moved toward the sound. What she saw made her freeze in place. 2 small figures huddled together behind a stack of hay bales. They looked like children, but something was different about them. Their skin had a strange pale blue color that seemed to glow slightly in the darkness. Their eyes were much larger than normal, dark and round like pools of water. The older child, who looked about 8 years old, quickly stood up and stepped in front of the smaller one, her thin arms spread wide, trying to protect her companion. The little one behind her was clearly sick. Maya could see her tiny chest rising and falling with difficult breaths. For a moment, nobody moved. Maya stared at these impossible creatures. The children stared back at her with those huge, frightened eyes. Then the older child spoke. Her voice was soft and musical, but the words came out broken and careful, like she was learning to speak for the first time. "Please, no hurt us," she whispered. We only need milk. For my sister. She is sick." Maya's mouth fell open. These beings, whatever they were, could talk. The older child continued, her voice getting even quieter. "Just milk for my sister, please. I pay you back when I am grown. I promise." The way she said promise made Maya's heart break a little. There was so much hope and desperation in that. One word. Maya looked at the sick child behind her protector. The little one's breathing was getting worse. Her small body shook with fever. Whatever these creatures were, this little girl was dying. Every logical thought in Maya's head screamed at her to run, call the police, call the government, call someone who knew how to handle impossible situations like this. But when she looked at the older child's face, all she saw was love. Pure, desperate love for her sick sister. It was the same love Maya felt for her own daughter. The same love that made her work 18 hours a day to keep the farm running. Maya slowly knelt down to be at the children's eye level. She kept her movements gentle and slow. "What are your names?" she asked softly. The older child hesitated, then pointed to herself. "I am Zara." Then she touched the sick child's forehead gently. "This is Kimi, my sister." "Kimi needs help," Maya said. It wasn't a question. Zara nodded quickly. Tears started forming in her large eyes. "Our ship. Broken. Crashed in mountains. Kimi got hurt. I carry her long way to find help. She only drinks milk. Please." Maya's mind raced. A crashed ship? These children were from somewhere else entirely. Not just another country, another world. She should be terrified. She should be calling every authority she could think of. Instead, all she could think about was how young they looked, how scared they were, how much the older sister loved the younger one. "The milk won't hurt her?" Maya asked. "No hurt," Zara said quickly. "Milk good for us. Make Kimi strong again." Maya stood up slowly. She looked around the barn, thinking hard. If she helped these children, everything would change. The government would want to study them. Scientists would want to experiment on them. Her quiet farm life would be over, but if she didn't help them, the little one would die. Maya was sure of it. She made her choice. "Come on," she said, gesturing for them to follow. "Let's get Kimi some milk." Zara's eyes went wide with surprise and relief. She helped her sister stand up, supporting most of her weight. They followed Maya to the small office area where she kept supplies. Maya poured fresh milk into a clean bowl. She handed it to Zara, who immediately held it to Kimi's lips. The little girl drank slowly but eagerly. Some color started returning to her pale cheeks. "Thank you," Zara whispered, tears streaming down her face. "Thank you so much." Maya watched them for a moment. These weren't monsters or invaders. They were just children, far from home and scared. "You can't stay here in the open," Maya said quietly. "People come to the farm during the day. If they see you—" Zara nodded, understanding the danger. "There's a small room upstairs in the barn," Maya continued. "It's warm and hidden. You can stay there while we figure out what to do." "You help us?" Zara asked, like she couldn't believe it. "I'll help you," Maya promised. As she led the children up to the hidden room, Maya wondered what she had gotten herself into. Her life was about to become much more complicated. But looking at Kimi, who was already breathing easier after the milk, Maya knew she had made the right choice. Sometimes doing the right thing meant taking a big risk. Tonight, Maya was willing to risk everything for two scared children who just needed someone to care about them. The secret was just beginning. 2 weeks had passed since Maya found the alien children in her barn. Every morning started the same way. She would climb the wooden ladder to the hidden room with a thermos of warm milk and whatever food she thought they might eat. Kimi was getting stronger each day. The little girl's breathing had returned to normal, and that scary blue-gray color was leaving her skin. She still didn't talk much, but she would smile when Maya brought the milk. That smile made all the worry and sleepless nights worth it. Zara was different. She watched everything with those big, curious eyes. She learned new English words every day, practicing them quietly when she thought Maya wasn't listening. But more than that, she seemed to understand things that shouldn't be possible. "Cow number 7 is sick," Zara said one morning as Maya climbed into the room. Maya stopped pouring the milk. "What do you mean?" Zara pointed toward the barn below. "The brown cow with white spots on her face. She has pain in front leg. Will be bad if not fixed soon." Maya frowned. She had checked all the cows yesterday. Number 7 seemed fine, but something in Zara's voice made her curious. After giving the children their breakfast, Maya went to check on cow number 7. At first glance, Buttercup looked normal. She was eating hay and seemed calm. But when Maya looked closer, she noticed the cow was putting less weight on her front left leg. Maya examined the leg carefully. Hidden under the thick hair, she found a small cut that was starting to get infected. If she hadn't found it today, Buttercup could have gotten very sick. "How did you know?" Maya asked Zara later. The young alien girl shrugged. "I just feel it. Animals tell me things without words." Maya stared at her. This was impossible, but so was everything else about these children. The hardest part wasn't taking care of Zara and Kimi. The hardest part was hiding them from everyone else. Her neighbor Tom owned the farm next door. He was a good man, but he noticed everything. Lately, he had been asking questions. "You've been looking tired, Maya," Tom said one afternoon as he helped her fix a broken fence post. "Everything okay?" "Just the usual farm work," Maya replied, trying to sound normal. "You know how it is." Tom nodded, but his eyes were concerned. "Your milk production has been going up. That's good news. Must mean the cows are healthier." Maya's heart skipped. The milk production was going up because she was buying extra milk from the dairy supply store and mixing it with her own. She needed more than her cows could produce to feed Zara and Kimi properly. "Yeah, I guess so," she said. "Weekly. Funny thing, though," Tom continued, hammering the fence post. "Jim at the supply store mentioned you've been buying a lot of extra milk. Said it was strange for a dairy farmer." Maya felt her face getting hot. "Oh, that. I've been experimenting with different feeding schedules, seeing if I can improve quality." Tom looked at her for a long moment, then went back to his hammering. "Well, whatever you're doing, keep it up. Your farm hasn't looked this good in years." That was true, and it was because of Zara. Somehow the alien girl could sense what the farm needed. She knew which fields needed water, which animals were getting sick, and even when storms were coming. 3 days ago, Zara had grabbed Maya's arm urgently. "Big rain comes tonight. Move hay inside. Very important." Maya had looked at the clear sky and weather forecast that promised sunny days ahead. But something in Zara's voice made her listen. She spent the afternoon moving all the hay bales into the barn. That night, the worst thunderstorm in months hit the area. The rain was so heavy it would have ruined every bale of hay left outside. Maya's neighbors lost thousands of dollars in damaged crops. Maya lost nothing. "How do you know these things?" Maya asked Zara the next morning. "Home is different," Zara explained slowly. "We learn to feel the earth, the air, the water, all connected, all speaking if you listen." Maya was starting to understand that these children weren't just visitors from another planet. They had abilities that could help the farm in amazing ways, but with those abilities came danger. Yesterday, 2 men in dark suits had come to the diner in town. They were asking questions about unusual electrical activity in the area. They wanted to know if anyone had seen strange lights in the sky or noticed their electronics acting weird. Maya's blood ran cold when she heard about it from Beth at the grocery store. "Government types," Beth had whispered. "All official looking. They left business cards with anyone who might have information, offering money for good tips." Maya drove home that day with her hands shaking on the steering wheel. She knew this day would come eventually. The crashed ship that Zara had mentioned must have left some kind of trail. The government was getting closer. That evening, she climbed to the hidden room with a heavy heart. "Zara," she said softly, "we need to talk." The young alien girl looked up from where she was teaching Kimi how to draw pictures with crayons Maya had bought. Somehow, Zara always knew when something was wrong. "Bad people are coming?" Zara asked. Maya nodded. "People are looking for you, government people. They don't know you're here yet, but they're asking questions." Zara's face became very serious. She looked at her little sister, who was still weak but getting better every day. "We should leave," Zara said quietly. "Not safe for you if we stay." "No," Maya said firmly. "Kimi isn't strong enough to travel yet." "And where would you go?" Zara was quiet for a moment. Then she said something that surprised Maya. Maybe we try to find our ship. In the mountains. Ship has emergency beacon. If still working, our people will find us." "That's dangerous," Maya said. "The mountains are huge. And if the government is looking for crashed ships, more dangerous to stay here," Zara replied. "You have been so kind to us. But if bad people find us here, they hurt you too. We cannot let that happen." Maya looked at these 2 brave children who had become like family to her. Zara was right. Every day they stayed put, Maya in more danger. But the thought of them leaving, of facing the world alone, made her heart ache. "We'll figure something out," Maya promised. "But not yet. Kimi needs more time to get strong." Zara nodded, but Maya could see the worry in her eyes. Outside, storm clouds were gathering again. But this time, Zara hadn't warned her about the weather. This storm was different. This storm was made of secrets, government agents, and the growing certainty that their peaceful time was coming to an end. Maya just hoped they would be ready when it hit. Maya's daughter Luna came home from college on a Thursday afternoon when she wasn't supposed to arrive until Saturday. Maya was in the barn teaching Zara and Kimmy some basic math using hay straws when she heard a car door slam outside. "Mom, I'm home early," Luna's voice called out from the house. Maya's heart stopped. She looked at Zara, who immediately understood the danger. The alien girl quickly scooped up Kimmy and the learning materials, heading for the ladder to their hiding. "Spot! Stay quiet," Maya whispered urgently. "I'll handle this." But it was too late. Luna walked into the barn just as Zara was halfway up the ladder with Kimmy in her arms. The three of them froze like statues. Luna dropped her backpack. Her mouth opened wide, but no sound came out. She stared at the two blue-skinned children clinging to the wooden ladder. "Luna, I can explain," Maya started, but her daughter held up a shaking hand. "What? Who are they?" Luna whispered. Zara slowly climbed down from the ladder, still holding Kimmy protectively. She looked at Luna with those big dark eyes and said softly, "Please do not be afraid. We mean no harm." Luna sat down hard on a hay bale. "They can talk. Mom, they can talk." For the next hour, Maya told Luna everything. About finding the children that night, about Kimmy being sick, about the crashed ship and the government agents looking for them. Luna listened without interrupting, her eyes moving back and forth between her mother and the alien children. "So let me get this straight," Luna finally said. "You've been hiding aliens in our barn for 3 weeks, and you didn't think to mention this when I called?" "I didn't want to worry you," Maya said weakly. Luna laughed, but it wasn't a happy laugh. "Worry me? Mom, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened to anyone? Ever? And you thought you'd just handle it alone?" Kimmy, who had been quiet the whole time, walked over to Luna and gently touched her hand. The little alien girl's touch was warm and somehow comforting. "You are Maya's child," Kimmy said in her soft, musical voice. "Maya saved us. She is good person. You are good person, too." Luna looked down at the small blue hand holding hers. Slowly, her fear began to change into something else. Wonder, maybe. Or curiosity. "How do you know I'm good?" Luna asked. Kimmy smiled. "I feel it, like how Zara feels when animals are sick. I feel when people have good hearts." Over the next few days, Luna discovered what Maya already knew. These children were special in ways that went far beyond being from another planet. Zara showed Luna how she could calm the most stubborn bull by simply standing near him and making soft humming sounds. The massive animal, who usually charged at anyone who came close, became gentle as a puppy around her. "How do you do that?" Luna asked, amazed. "All living things want to feel safe," Zara explained. "I show him he is safe with me. Then he shows me he is safe with you." But it was Kimmy who really surprised everyone. The little girl had a gift for knowing what the weather would do days before it happened. "Big wind comes on Sunday," Kimmy announced. "On Thursday morning. Not rain wind, warm wind from south. Very strong." Maya checked the weather forecast. Sunny and calm all weekend, it said. But Sunday morning brought exactly what Kimmy had predicted. Hot, powerful winds from the south that would have damaged the newly planted crops if Maya hadn't prepared for them. She had covered the delicate seedlings and secured everything that could blow away. "The weather people on TV were completely wrong," Luna said, watching the wind bend the trees. But a 6-year-old alien girl knew exactly what was coming. "We learned to listen to the earth," Kimmy explained simply. "Earth always tells truth." As the days passed, Luna found herself looking forward to spending time with Zara and Kimmy. They were unlike any children she had ever met. They were wise and gentle, but also playful and curious about everything. Zara wanted to know how cars worked and why humans needed so many different clothes. Kimmy was fascinated by books and asked Luna to read to her every evening, but the peaceful time couldn't last forever. Tom, the neighbor, started asking more questions. He had noticed that Maya's farm was doing better than anyone else's in the area. Her crops were healthier, her animals were calmer, and she seemed to know about problems before they happened. "It's like you've got some kind of secret weapon," Tom said one afternoon as he helped Maya repair a water pump. "Your farm hasn't had a single major problem since spring started." "Just good luck, I guess," Maya replied. But she could see Tom didn't believe her. That evening, worse news came. Luna had been in town buying supplies when she overheard a conversation at the hardware store. There were more government people here today, she told Maya when she got home. Different ones this time. They had fancy equipment in their trucks, electronic stuff, and they were asking very specific questions about electrical problems, weird radio signals, anything unusual. Maya felt her stomach drop. What kind of questions? They wanted to know if anyone's farm equipment had been acting strange. If anyone had noticed their cell phones losing signal in certain areas. If there had been any unexplained improvements in crop growth or animal behavior. That last question hit Maya like a punch. Zara's abilities had made the farm noticeably better. Too noticeably. "They're getting closer," Maya said quietly. Luna nodded. "Mom, maybe it's time to think about other options." That night, Maya climbed to the hidden room with a heavy heart. She found Zara sitting by the small window, looking out at the stars. "You are worried," Zara said without turning around. "The people looking for you are getting closer," Maya admitted. "They're asking the right questions now." Zara was quiet for a long moment. Then she said, "I have been thinking about our ship. It crashed near the tall mountains with snow. Maybe 2 days' walk from here." "That's very far," Maya said. "And dangerous." "But ship has emergency beacon," Zara continued. "If we can reach it, if we can fix it, our people will come for us." Maya sat down beside her. "What if your people can't find you? What if the ship is too damaged?" Zara looked at her with those wise, ancient eyes. "Then we live with fear every day, and you live with danger every day. That is not good life for anyone." Kimi stirred in her sleep across the room. She had grown so much stronger, but she was still just a child. The thought of her making a dangerous journey through the mountains made Maya's heart ache. "There might be another way," Maya said slowly. "What if we could get help? Someone who could protect you while we figure out a better plan." "Who would help us?" Zara asked. "Most humans would be afraid." Maya thought about Tom and his growing suspicions. She thought about Luna, who had overcome her fear and learned to love these children. She thought about the government agents with their equipment and questions. "I don't know yet," Maya admitted, "but I'm not ready to give up on finding a safe solution." Zara reached over and took Maya's hand in her small, warm one. "You have been like mother to us," she said softly. "Whatever happens, we will never forget your kindness." Outside, the wind was picking up again, but this time, neither Kimmy nor Zara had predicted it. This storm was coming from a different direction entirely, and none of them knew how bad it would be. The black SUVs arrived in town on a Monday morning like storm clouds gathering on a clear day. Maya watched from her kitchen window as 3 vehicles drove slowly down Main Street, their tinted windows hiding whoever sat inside. Dr. Victoria Kane stepped out of the lead vehicle wearing a crisp gray suit and carrying a metal briefcase. She looked like the kind of person who had never gotten her hands dirty in her entire life. Behind her came 6 other agents, all dressed the same way, all moving with the same cold efficiency. Maya's phone rang within an hour. "They're at the diner asking questions," Luna whispered into the phone from town. "Real specific questions, Mom. About energy readings and electronic interference. Mrs. Henderson said they showed her some kind of device that beeps when it detects unusual signals." Maya's hand started shaking. What else? They're going farm to farm. Started with the Peterson place this morning. They had some kind of scanner that they pointed at everything. The barn, the house, even the fields. Maya closed her eyes. If they had equipment that could detect alien technology, it was only a matter of time before they found Zara and Kimmy. Come. Home, Maya said. Right now. That afternoon, Maya climbed to the hidden room with news that would change everything. We need to leave, she told Zara and Kimmy. Today, the government people are here and they have machines that can find you. Zara nodded calmly, like she had been expecting this moment. Where do we go? Your ship, Maya said. It's the only chance. If we can reach it before they find us here. Very dangerous journey, Zara said quietly. Mountains are far. Government. People will follow. I know, Maya replied. But staying here is more dangerous now. Kimmy looked up from the picture book she was reading. Maya comes with us? Maya's heart broke a little. I can't, sweetie. If I disappear, they'll know I helped. You. They'll search even harder. Then how do we find ship alone? Zara asked. Before Maya could answer, she heard a truck pulling into the driveway. Through the small window, she saw Tom getting out of his old pickup truck. He walked toward the house with determined steps. Stay here and be quiet, Maya told the children. No matter what happens. Maya climbed down and walked outside to meet Tom. His face was serious, more serious than she had ever seen it. Maya, we need to talk, he said. About what? Tom looked around carefully, then moved closer to her. About whatever you're hiding in that barn. Maya felt her face go pale. I don't know what you mean. Cut it out, Tom said firmly, but not unkindly. I've been watching you for weeks. Late-night trips to the barn, extra milk purchases, your farm doing better than anyone else's in the county, and now government agents are crawling all over town with scanning equipment. Maya opened her mouth to deny it, but Tom held up his hand. I was in Vietnam, Maya. I know what it looks like when good people are trying to protect someone from bad people. The question is, do you trust me or not? Maya stared at her neighbor. Tom had always been honest with her. He had helped her fix things around the farm countless times since her husband died. But this was bigger than a broken fence or a sick cow. If I tell you, Maya said slowly, your life will never be the same. My life changed the day I decided to care about my neighbors. Tom replied, show me. 10 minutes later, Tom sat on a hay bale staring up at two alien children with his mouth hanging open. Well, I'll be damned, he whispered. Zara stepped forward cautiously. You will not hurt us? Tom shook his head slowly. No, child, I won't hurt you. But there are people coming who will. We know, Zara said. We must reach our ship in the mountains. Tom looked at Maya. How far? 2 days' walk through rough country, Maya said. Maybe more with Kimmy being so small. Tom was quiet, for a long moment, thinking hard. Then he stood up with sudden decision. My old army jeep can handle mountain terrain. If we leave tonight, we can get there before dawn tomorrow. Tom, you don't understand the danger, Maya started. I understand it perfectly, Tom interrupted. These agents aren't just looking for aliens. They're looking for people who helped aliens. When they don't find what they want here, they'll start asking harder questions. About all of us. Luna burst into the barn at that moment, her face flushed from running. Mom, they're coming, she gasped. The government people. They finished at the Henderson farm and they're headed this way. Maybe 20 minutes. Maya felt panic rise in her chest. 20 minutes wasn't enough time to get the children away safely. The root cellar, Tom said suddenly. Under the old farmhouse. It's got thick stone walls, might block their scanners. For how long? Maya asked. Long enough for them to search and leave. Then we make our move tonight. Zara picked up Kimmy and looked at the 3 adults who were risking everything for them. Why do you help us? You could give us to them and be safe. Tom knelt down to Zara's eye level. Because some things are more important than being safe, little one. Taking care of each other is one of those things. They moved quickly. Tom led them to the old root cellar behind the farmhouse. It was dark and musty, but the walls were thick fieldstone that had been there for over 100 years. "Stay here no matter what you hear," Maya told the children. "Don't come out until one of us comes to get you." Zara nodded solemnly. "We understand." Maya, Luna, and Tom had barely made it back to the barn when the black SUVs pulled into the driveway. Dr. Kane stepped out of the lead vehicle and walked toward them with the confidence of someone who always got what she wanted. Her agent spread out across the property, pulling out electronic devices that beeped and clicked. "Good afternoon," Dr. Kane said with a cold smile. "I'm Dr. Kane with the Department of Scientific Research. We're investigating some unusual electromagnetic readings in this area." "What kind of readings?" Maya asked, trying to keep her voice steady. "The kind that might indicate advanced technology," Dr. Kane replied, watching Maya's face carefully. "Technology that doesn't belong to any known government or corporation." One of the agents approached with a handheld scanner. "Strong signals from the barn, Doctor, and some kind of residual energy signature near the house." Maya's heart pounded, but she forced herself to stay calm. "My equipment is pretty old. Maybe that's what you're picking up." Dr. Kane's smile got colder. "Perhaps. Mind if we take a look?" For the next hour, the agents searched every inch of the farm. They scanned the barn, the house, the fields, even the old chicken coop. Their equipment beeped and buzzed constantly. But they found nothing. Maya held her breath when one agent walked right over the root cellar with his scanner. The device made some noise, but the agent shrugged and moved on. "Interesting," Dr. Kane said when the search was finished. "We're definitely detecting something, but we can't pinpoint the source." She looked directly at Maya. "If you know anything about unusual visitors to this area, now would be the time to share that information. We're offering substantial rewards for helpful tips." "Haven't seen anything unusual," Maya said firmly. Dr. Kane stared at her for a long moment. "We'll be in the area for several more days. If you remember anything at all, here's my card." The agents packed up their equipment and drove away, but Maya knew they would be back. They had detected something, and Dr. Kane didn't seem like the type to give up easily. As soon as the SUVs disappeared, they ran to the root cellar. Zara and Kimi were huddled together in the darkness, but they were safe. "Did they find us?" Kimi asked. "Not yet," Maya said. "But we can't wait any longer. We leave for the mountains tonight." Tom nodded grimly. "I'll get the Jeep ready. We drive through the night and reach the crash site by morning." "What if the ship doesn't work?" Luna asked. Zara looked up at the stars that were just becoming visible in the darkening sky. "Then we find another way. But we cannot stay here. Too dangerous for everyone." Maya hugged both children tightly. Tomorrow, everything would change. Either they would find a way to get Zara and Kimi home safely, or they would all be running from the government for the rest of their lives. But tonight, they still had hope. And sometimes, hope was enough to keep going. The old military Jeep bounced and rattled through the mountain trails as Tom navigated by moonlight. Maya sat in the back with Zara and Kimi, holding them steady as the vehicle climbed higher into the rocky terrain. Luna rode in front, watching for any signs of pursuit. They had been driving for 6 hours when Zara suddenly grabbed Maya's arm. "Stop," she whispered urgently. "We are close." Tom pulled the Jeep to a halt beside a grove of pine trees. The silence of the mountains surrounded them, broken only by the wind through the branches. "How close?" Maya asked. Zara closed her eyes and seemed to be listening to something only she could hear. "Very close. Ship is that way." She pointed toward a steep ridge covered in fallen rocks. They climbed out of the Jeep and began the final part of their journey on foot. The terrain was rough and dangerous in the darkness, but Zara moved with sure steps, as if she could sense exactly where to go. After an hour of careful climbing, they found it. The crashed ship was smaller than Maya had imagined, about the size of a school bus, but with a smooth, curved shape that seemed to flow like liquid metal. It was partially buried under a rock slide, and one side was badly damaged from the impact. Kimmy ran to the ship and pressed her small hands against its surface. The metal began to glow with a soft blue light at her touch. "It recognizes us," Zara explained. "Ship knows we are here." A section of the ship's side opened silently, revealing an interior that glowed with gentle light. Maya could see strange symbols and patterns covering the walls and what looked like control panels made of the same flowing metal as the outside. "Can it fly?" Tom asked. Zara climbed inside and began touching different panels. The ship responded to her touch, lights blinking and soft musical tones filling the air. "Engine is damaged," she said after a few minutes, "but emergency beacon still works. I can send signal to our people." "How long before they come?" Luna asked. "Not long," Zara replied. "But we must be careful. Signal is strong. Government people. We'll detect it too." As if her words had summoned them, they heard the distant sound of helicopters approaching through the mountain passes. "They found us," Maya said, her heart sinking. Tom looked through his binoculars at the approaching lights. "3 helicopters, coming fast." Zara worked frantically at the ship's controls. "Need more time. Signal must reach home before they stop us." "We'll buy you that time," Tom said grimly. He pulled an old hunting rifle from the jeep. "I won't let them take these children." "Tom, no," Maya said. "They'll have weapons too. This isn't a war." "Isn't it?" Tom replied. "They want to cage these kids and study them like lab animals, over my dead body." The helicopters were getting closer. Maya could see searchlights sweeping across the mountainside. "There might be another way," Luna said suddenly. "What if we split up? Some of us lead them away while Zara finishes with the beacon?" "Too dangerous," Maya said, but Zara looked up from the control panel with hope in her eyes. "Beacon is almost ready. Just need few more minutes." The decision was made for them when the first helicopter crested the ridge and its searchlight locked onto their position. "This is Dr. Kane," a voice boomed from the helicopter's loudspeaker. "You are surrounded. Come out with your hands visible and no one will be hurt." Tom snorted. "She's lying. They'll shoot first and ask questions later." Maya looked at Zara and Kimmy, these 2 brave children who had become like her own daughters. She thought about the promise Zara had made that first night, to pay her back when she was grown. But Maya realized she had already been paid back 100 times over just by knowing them. "I'm going out there," Maya said. "Mom, no!" Luna protested. "Doctor, Kane wants to talk," Maya said firmly. "I'll give her something to talk about while Zara finishes." Maya walked out into the open with her hands raised. The helicopters circled overhead like giant metal vultures, their searchlights turning night into harsh day. Dr. Kane rappelled down from the lead helicopter with 6 armed agents. She approached Maya with that same cold smile. "Ms. Rodriguez," Dr. Kane said, "you've led us quite a chase. Where are they?" "Where are who?" Maya asked innocently. Dr. Kane's smile disappeared. "Don't play games with me. Our sensors detected the beacon activation 5 minutes ago. We know the subjects are here." "Subjects?" Maya said angrily. "They're children. Scared, lost children, who just want to go home." "They're aliens," Dr. Kane replied coldly. "Unknown entities with unknown capabilities. They could be dangerous." "The only dangerous thing here is you," Maya shot back. Behind Dr. Kane, her agents were spreading out, searching for the ship. Maya knew they would find it soon. Then something amazing happened. The ship's beacon suddenly blazed with brilliant light, sending a column of blue energy straight up into the night sky. The light was so bright it made the helicopter's searchlights look like candles. And in that light, shapes began to appear. 3 ships, larger than the crashed one, materialized in the sky above them. They moved silently, gracefully, like birds riding the wind. Dr. Kane and her agents stared upward in shock and fear. "Back up!" Dr. Kane shouted into her radio. "I need backup now!" But it was too late for backup. Zara emerged from the crashed ship, holding Kimmy's hand. Behind them came Maya, Tom, and Luna. The alien children walked calmly toward Dr. Kane, unafraid. "You wanted to meet us," Zara said in her clear musical voice. "Here we are." One of the larger ships descended and hovered, just above the ground. A doorway opened in its side, and several adult aliens stepped out. They looked like older versions of Zara and Kimmy, tall and graceful with the same large eyes and blue-tinged skin. The leader of the group, a woman who radiated calm authority, approached Dr. Kane. "I am Council Leader Vera," she said in perfect English. "You have been holding our children," Dr. Kane found her voice. "They crashed on our planet illegally. We have every right to detain them for study." "Study?" Vera's voice carried a note of dangerous anger. "You would study children like insects?" "They're not human children," Dr. Kane protested. "No," Vera agreed. "They are better than human children. They are children who were saved by humans with good hearts." She looked at Maya with respect and gratitude. Children who learned that not all humans are cruel. Zara ran to the alien leader and hugged her tightly. "Aunt Vera, Maya saved us. She gave us milk and shelter and love." Vera knelt down and embraced both children. "I know, little ones. We felt your beacon and came as fast as we could." She stood and faced Maya. "You risked everything to protect children who were not your own species. This is a rare gift among any people." "They needed help," Maya said simply. "That's what you do for children who need help." Vera smiled, the first truly warm expression Maya had seen all night. "Zara told me she made you a promise. She said she would pay you back when she was grown." "She doesn't owe me anything," Maya said. "But a promise is a promise," Vera replied. She gestured to one of the other aliens, who brought forward a small device that glowed with soft light. "This will help your farm," Vera explained. "Your soil will be richer, your crops will grow better, your animals will be healthier. It is powered by the same energy that runs our ships, and it will work for many of your lifetimes." Maya stared at the device. "I can't accept this. It's too much." "It is not enough," Vera said firmly. "But it is a beginning." Zara hugged Maya tightly. "Thank you for saving us. Thank you for loving us." Kimmy joined the hug. "We will never forget you, Maya. You are our Earth Mother." Dr. Kane stepped forward angrily. "Wait just a minute. You can't just leave. We need to establish protocols, create treaties, set up official contact procedures." Vera looked at her with cold eyes. "You wanted to cage our children and experiment on them. You are not ready for official contact. When will you be ready?" Dr. Kane demanded. Vera glanced at Maya, Tom, and Luna. "When more of your people learn to act like these humans. When you choose compassion over fear, love over control." The alien children boarded their rescue ship, but Zara paused at the doorway. "Maya," she called out, "in 20 of your years I will return. I will be grown then, and I will keep my promise properly." "What promise?" Maya asked. Zara smiled that wise, ancient smile. "To be like you, to help children who are lost and scared, no matter what species they are." The ships rose silently into the night sky and disappeared among the stars, leaving behind only the memory of blue light and the promise of a better future. Dr. Kane and her agents packed up their equipment and left without another word. They had lost this round, and they knew it. On the long drive home, Tom asked Maya what she planned to do with the alien device. Use it to help the farm, I guess, Maya said. And maybe help other farmers, too. The government will probably come around asking more questions, Luna pointed out. Maya smiled as she watched the sunrise paint the mountains gold. Let them come. I've got nothing to hide now. 20 years later, Maya's farm had become famous throughout the state for its incredible productivity and the help it provided to struggling farmers. She never told anyone about the alien device, but she shared its benefits freely. And true to her promise, Zara returned. She came not as a scared child, but as a grown woman and an ambassador for her people. She kept her childhood promise by establishing the first interspecies foundation for helping lost and abandoned children across the galaxy. Maya, now in her 50s, welcomed her alien daughter home with tears of joy. The little girl who had once whispered desperately,